point. He doesn't even seem to have any trouble doing it. I mean, he hits home runs he seems like he hits home runs every other game. So Nolan is obviously amazing. He's one guy who just, he steps to the plate and you just know he's going to do something good. The product of that at-bat is going to be good. Whether he strikes out, he's going to give you a long at-bat. He's not going to give you a terrible at-bat. He's not going to, let 2 pitches, strikes go by and then, get called out in the third as well. Shout out to Ian Desmond. Obviously, he's pretty notorious for doing that. But even Ian Desmond, though, I mean, you can hate on Ian Desmond all you want. Just going back, I'm even going to go back to the stats. I mean, you go back to Ian Desmond, and he started out the year, batting sub 230, and obviously it's not good. But right now he's just. Right now, I can tell you right now that his ground ball rate is, his fraction, it's a fraction of what it was. His strikeout rate's a fraction of what it was. So, whether or not everyone, I think he did get overpaid, and, it sucks to say, but he did get overpaid, but, he's hitting 234 right now. Obviously, it's not great. But I can tell you right now, where he was at, he's lowered everything. Every stat that he was notorious for, whether it be strikeouts, ground balls, he stepped to the plate. I can say it for myself. I can speak for myself. I knew he was going to hit a ground ball, get into a double play, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. So the fact that, especially if he's going to be one of our everyday guys, the fact that he can make that adjustment and change, his fundamentals to make his ground outs turn into even pop flies, it saves innings. It, gets guys like, Nolan Arenado at bat. It gets guys like our leadoff hitters at bat. He's sitting there at the bottom of the order. He can avoid a double play with, 0 outs. And the next thing you know, we're at the top of our order again when we have man in first and third. And it's crucial that he didn't, hit into double play because that way we can actually, that's how we get runs, Especially last year as it went into the postseason, if our bottom of our lineup did not perform, we were done because it seemed as though the top of our lineup wasn't even able to hit the ball. So it is good. It is good, like I said before, it is good to know that the bottom of our lineup produces as well, especially when the top of our lineup is doing the exact same. So that is great to see. Just another milestone that just happened was, if I can remember, it was Trevor Story's 100th career home run. Trevor Story obviously is something special. His rookie year was unbelievable. 2017, he battled with injuries, which is disappointing. But he really, it seems as though he really did make a huge improvement. Speaking of strikeout percentages, since 2016, he is the highest. He has produced the highest drop in his strikeout percentages among all hitters in the entire league. So, he has completely changed his fundamentals. You talk about that. He basically changed everything. He now puts together great at bats. He does not swing and miss as much. He stays off the high balls just as much as he stays off the sliders. He basically is turned into a completely new hitter. Whether it be deciding to swing the bat or not. That's what makes the good hitters good. Knowing whether to swing the bat or not. Nolan, Trevor, they know when to swing. They know obviously they have times where they want to kill the ball, but there are times when they know when to swing and they know that. They know when to stay off pitches. They know the pitches they're facing. They study their. Obviously, Nolan has the best work ethic out of any player I've known, or obviously not personally, but any player I've come across for sure. You can already tell by the way he plays the game. He knows whoever he's facing. So it is good to see that for sure. I do think that Trevor Story is one of those guys as well. He loves the game. He enjoys the game, and he's, it's fair to say that he's very good at the game as well. So it is nice to see Trevor hitting that milestone for sure. Fastest shortstop to ever do so in the entire in the history of the entire MLB, the entire league, since the 1800s. So, obviously, congrats to Trevor. He also holds the longest home run in Statcast era at 505 feet. That was set last year. I forget who was against, but that was set last year in a game where he hit 3 home runs. So, bunch of milestones lately, and you even take it back all the way to, I want to say, it was against the Nationals, April 22nd. 1,000 career hits by Nolan Arenado. So, these two guys are putting up numbers, and, I'm sure you guys can agree with me. They are not slowing down at all. So, it's great to see them doing that. I'm very glad that they're producing numbers like that. And, even then, they're not even, I wouldn't, if you want to use the term carrying, they're not even carrying our team. I mean, it seems like everyone's doing well. It seems like everyone's doing the same thing as they are. So it is great to see. I am very glad to see our team thriving right now, especially at a time where if we weren't thriving, I could tell you right now, we'd be in trouble because, the Dodgers are hot and they're not cooling down. Even if we stayed a persistent, 6 of every 10 games, we'd be 15 games back right now. So the Rockies have definitely made some improvements. If I could go, as we near the end of the podcast, 8 minutes left, I do want to just, talk about a couple more things. It's been a lot of fun, obviously. But I do want to just focus on one thing. If we can just look up the Rockies matchup for the next couple games. So tomorrow, you have Jacob deGrom against Antonio Senzatella. That's at 5:10 Eastern time, 7:10 Eastern time, 5:10 Mountain time. Just a little game preview. deGrom, he's not the same player as he was last year, but he's pitching he's pitching damn good this year as well too. Obviously he has 3.49 ERA. He's still lacking that run support, so hopefully we can. If we can put up, a lot of runs against him, he seems to never get run support. So if we can do that, I think that we can definitely pull out a win tomorrow on a Friday night. So if we can do that, that'd be huge. Once again, still, his whip is phenomenal. And last year, 0.91. This year, 1.15 is still stellar among most of the pitchers in the league. Obviously, his two notable years are 2015 and 2018. Obviously, 2015 posting a 2.54, and then last year posting a miraculous 1.7. So, even this year posting a 3.49, it's obviously it's not unbelievable, but it's pretty damn good. So, definitely not definitely a guy you want to take lightly, but as the Rockies are playing right now, I do feel as though they can really take him, and I think that our offense against New York, as the past couple of years, I think that. They seem as though they can really take advantage of the Mets lineup. The Mets seem to be struggling. In the long run, they seem to be struggling. They don't seem to be putting together great innings. They seem to be losing leads fast, and their bullpen is just seem to be falling apart as well. So, I do have a lot of faith in this bullpen. I really do. I have a lot of faith in the bullpen. I have a lot of faith in our starting pitching. At times I may lose hope, and I may get really disappointed. I may, get annoyed as a fan, that our bullpen blows leads or anything like that. But in reality, we do have guys that are just stepping up for us. And I know in the long run, our bullpen will, be one of the best in the league like last year. Last year, our bullpen was unbelievable. And it was projected to be one of the worst. And this year we are, when it comes down to it, not one of the worst. Our bullpen's actually stepped up a little bit of the past week or so, but we're definitely not, in the top 10. So, but I do have faith that our bullpen is going to improve, and I really do think that that's going to be what's going to really help us get far in the postseason, let alone make the postseason. So that is going to be one aspect of the team that you definitely got to look for the next year, and I really do think that it's going to be one thing that is going to string this team together, especially as the offense right now seems to have no signs of slowing down at all. So that's the matchup for tomorrow. Hopefully we can pull that one out. Obviously, it's crucial. So Saturday, there really is no pitcher that has been. There's not been a public statement about who is pitching Saturday or Sunday. Actually, I'm going to correct myself. That's not true. I was looking at next week. So Saturday, actually, John Gray is pitching. So Saturday, John Gray is going to get the mound, and Steven Matz will also get the mound. Matz has been the Rockies, the Mets, one of their best pitchers. Posted, I guess we're just going through the series as we near the end of the podcast. Posted a 3.97, also very familiar to deGrom. 1.3 whip a bit higher, but striking out a lot of guys. So he is one of their guys. You can't argue. Mets have a solid rotation. So they do have a solid rotation, but I do think that we've really handled their pitchers very well. And then lastly, Jeff Hoffman against Noah Syndergaard. Hoffman had a great last start. He really did well. So that's I believe it was against the Diamondbacks. So Hoffman is just he's one of those guys that seems to be from the eye seems to not be one of the guys who we can really rely on. But I do think he's not fit to be an ace, but I do think that he does have the attributes to be able to put together good starts for us. So, Hoffman against Syndergaard, we're really looking for a good day game win Sunday at 11:10. Series win this week would be huge, especially going to the homestand coming up, especially against some divisional rivals. So, the next 14 days, it's going to be tough. But I can tell you right now, if we do, we can perform just like we did in the homestand. For the next 14 days are going to be huge. We're really going to be, better. We're going to be, let's say we go 10-4 as the homestand, one of those teams will be the Dodgers. I mean, even the next 14 games, I think that's really going to get us close to the division, especially during the All-Star break, because we've seen it as as Rockies fans. Our team completely turns around in the All-Star break, for the better, and recent years for the worse as well. So hopefully that does not happen. Obviously for the worse, but yeah. So as we conclude, get your ballots in, guys. Get your votes in. Obviously, vote Nada, vote Story, vote Shaw. A lot of these guys vote. There's a bunch of guys. I mean, it's great to know that you have a bunch of guys who you want to vote for, because there are a bunch of all-stars on the team that are deserving of an all-star. So vote Dahl. Obviously, vote Marquez for sure. So, but yeah, so there is a bunch of guys who you love to see on the mound, you love to see play, and Marquez is one of them. He's a fighter. He's got great command. His curveball's killer. He throws fastballs like it's nothing. So he's one of those guys where he steps on the mound and he'll give you his all. So Marquez is just one of those guys where I love to watch. So just like today, he allows some runs, but the guy he's a workhorse. So got to give him some respect there. Definitely an all-star in my opinion. In my eyes, he's well deserving of an all-star. So. But yeah, so just to recap, one of the biggest things for us is going to be our bullpen. Nearing the trade deadline, I do think that nearing the trade deadline, I do think that we got to focus on the pitching for sure, because when it comes to the pitching, it's never it's not about really a certain guy, but it's about as a whole whether our bullpen can improve and we can really make the bullpen can really change games for us. The offense seems to be constantly proving themselves and constantly hitting, but we get the bullpen together and our record. I start seeing changes now. We start seeing changes now on the record, but give it 2 weeks, and I can tell you right now the Rockies are going to look at the record. They're 3 games above right now, but give it a couple weeks and they really will be. They really will be one of those teams who can really do some damage for sure. So, but all right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. First podcast, guys. I had a lot of fun. For those of you who are listening, I appreciate it. We're gonna be doing these every Thursday. I have a blast doing them, talking all Rockies baseball. I had a lot of fun. More than happy to talk Rockies. And once again, guys, doing it every Thursday. We talk everything Rockies, offering fan engagement and interviewing some, your favorite Rockies coming up in the next couple podcasts. So without further ado, I will, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys, and I'll talk to you guys next time, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a good night, guys.